Welcome to Epochs Across Eras, where we bring ancient history to life. Today we explore a figure whose ideas have shaped Chinese civilization more than any emperor or warlord, Confucius. Born during the turbulent spring and autumn period, Confucius saw a world torn by greed, warfare, and political decay. His answer? A return to moral virtue, social harmony, and ethical leadership. His teachings, preserved in the Analects, inspired rulers, shaped families, and defined Chinese culture for over 2,000 years. But who was Confucius, and how did his ideas become so powerful? Join us as we step into the life and mind of ancient China's greatest philosopher and discover how he tried to restore order in a world descending into chaos. A man walks across a fractured land, offering rulers a path not of conquest, but of virtue. He has no army, no crown, only his words. That man was Confucius, and his teachings would outlast kingdoms. In a time when states crumbled and warlords rose, Confucius dared to believe that morality, not power, was the key to order. He dreamed of a world where rulers led by example, families practiced respect, and society flowed in harmony. Today, we explore how Confucius turned philosophy into a tool for peace, and how his vision transformed Chinese civilization. Confucius was born in 551 BCE in the state of Lu, during the late spring and autumn period. His real name was Confucius, and his family, though noble by ancestry, had fallen into poverty. From a young age, Confucius was drawn to learning, rituals, and history. He admired the early Zhou dynasty, believing it represented a lost age of moral governance. As a young man, he worked in minor government posts, but soon began teaching and gathering disciples. Believing that ethical leadership could cure political decay, Confucius sought out rulers willing to implement his ideas. He travelled through several states, offering his philosophy as a guide for governance. Though respected for his wisdom, no state ever fully embraced his vision during his lifetime. Despite setbacks, Confucius remained committed to his ideals. He returned to Lu later in life and began compiling historical texts, teaching students and refining his philosophy. His most famous sayings and ideas were preserved by his followers in the Analects, a book that would later shape Chinese thought for centuries. Confucius died in 479 BCE, disappointed that his teachings had not changed the world, yet in time they would change everything. Confucianism is built on several foundational ideas, each aimed at restoring harmony in society. At its core is ren, often translated as humaneness or compassion. Ren is the inner virtue that drives good behavior. A person with ren acts with empathy, kindness, and moral integrity. Then there's li, ritual and proper conduct. Li refers to both religious rituals and everyday etiquette. Confucius believed that practicing Li instilled discipline, respect, and a sense of social duty. Through ritual, people remembered their roles in society and honoured tradition. Xiaoti, filial piety, was equally central. Confucius believed respect for one's parents and ancestors was the foundation of a stable society. If families practiced order and respect, the nation would follow. Yiyu righteousness, guided decision-making, doing what is right, even when difficult, defined a moral person. Lastly, Confucius emphasized the idea of the junzi, the gentleman or superior person. A junzi wasn't born noble, they became noble through virtue and education. These values worked together. If rulers embodied Ren and governed by Li, people would follow. If citizens respected Xiao and upheld Yi, peace would prevail. Confucius imagined a society where morality, not coercion, was the source of unity. During his lifetime, Confucius was a wandering teacher, but after his death, his ideas gained traction. In the Warring States period, thinkers and rulers debated his teachings. By the Han Dynasty, Confucianism became state ideology, guiding China's imperial bureaucracy for over 2,000 years. The civil service examination system, used to select government officials, was built on Confucian classics. Scholars memorized the Analects, studied ethics, and were judged on their moral understanding. This system elevated learning, discipline, and virtue over birthright, embodying Confucius's ideals. Beyond politics, Confucianism shaped family life, education, and social norms. It taught generations the importance of respect, duty, and moral self-cultivation. Confucian temples rose across China, and his birthday became a national celebration. Even today, Confucian ideas influence East Asian cultures, education systems, and leadership styles. His emphasis on harmony, respect for elders, and moral leadership continues to shape modern societies. Critics have noted its rigidity or use in justifying hierarchy, but Confucianism's core remains a call for ethical living and responsible leadership. From humble beginnings, Confucius became the soul of a civilization. His vision for a just society, rooted in kindness, respect, and wisdom, remains one of history's most enduring legacies. Confucius didn't wield a sword or wear a crown, but he changed China forever. In a time of collapse, he offered a vision of order rooted in virtue, respect, and learning. His teachings guided emperors, shaped governments, and touched the daily lives of millions. He reminded the world that real power lies not in force, but in character. As dynasties rose and fell, Confucianism endured, offering moral clarity through centuries of change. Today, more than 2,500 years later, his ideas continue to resonate. Confucius may have died in obscurity, but his wisdom became immortal. His life shows that even in chaos, a single voice of reason can echo through the ages. Thank you for watching Epochs Across Eras. If you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's keep exploring the past to uncover the stories that shaped our world. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the epochs that define us all.